welcome back. For many people, the holiday season also means traveling. Our next guest is a travel journalist who reveals her top money-saving strategies and destination ideas. Joining us live by satellite from Burbank, California this morning is Julia Diamond, and we welcome her to Virginia this morning. Good morning, Julia.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for getting up extra early on the West Coast just for us. You know, there's the old song, Around the World in 80 Days. You've been to more than 80 countries around the world, haven't you?
That's right, 80 countries, all 7 continents, and it's just, you know, there's always another place to see.
Well, good for you. Next time, if you need somebody to carry your bags, I'm always open for another gig. Let's talk about travel a little bit. What are the top travel tips this holiday season?
Well, if you haven't booked your flights yet for the holidays, it's best to avoid those busiest days. So for Thanksgiving, for example, the Wednesday is going to be crazy. The Sunday following Thanksgiving, those are the busiest. So if you have the ability to fly actually on Thanksgiving Day itself, that's where you're going to get the best value and avoid some of those crowds. Also, looking at alternative airports. Instead of flying into LAX, for example, which might be more expensive and it's going to be busier, looking at Burbank, or instead of Miami, you look at Fort Lauderdale. So those are some ways just immediately, you know, to avoid those crowds. But in terms of budget, you mentioned that bundling your vacation, buying hotel, air, and car rental all in one is a really great way to get the most bang for your buck. That's like a vacation package, and that's a really great way to save money.
So if grandma's house is a 2 or 3 hour flight away, you could catch the red eye early in the morning and still be there in time for that late afternoon feast.
Exactly. If you leave on Thanksgiving morning, you can get there right in time to help grandma with the dishes.
All right, well, I hadn't thought that far ahead, but okay, if you say so. Let's talk about some other, you say bundling is a great way to save. You know, any of us who've traveled by plane, you can get very frustrated at the airport, and it can be a rough experience. Any helpful tips? Because this is going to be a stressful time.
Well, that's right. 28 million travelers are flying all through the United States during this holiday season, so it's going to be busy. So step number 1, pack your patience. Expect crowds, expect longer lines, expect delays. Get to the airport earlier. That will give you enough time to make it through airport security and, you know, in a relaxed pace. Know the TSA guidelines. Go to the website if you have to, just to refamiliarize yourself. You know, one of the latest ones is taking out your any devices that are larger than a cell phone. So tablets and laptops, you have to remove those to put them in a separate bin. Just knowing those little things can help you go through airport security faster. Now, if you do end up getting delayed, using services that will help you, you know, rebook your flight. For example, Travelocity has a really great customer service guarantee. So it's 24/7 customer service all the time, using their social media. So if you're standing in line, your flight's delayed, you need, you know, some help, you can reach out to them and they'll help you through all aspects of the trip, before, during, and after. So knowing those resources and utilizing them if you have to, you know, that's how you have the edge on other travelers at the airport.
All right, Julia, one final question, because we are going over the hills and through the woods to grandma's house. So we got to take the kids with us. If you're traveling with children, that can add to the stress level as well, and I bet you got some answers for that too.
Yes, I think involving them in the planning process can really help them keep them engaged. Always packing a survival kit. My survival kit has, you know, snacks, a lot of bribery there with the snacks. You know, a device where they can watch movies. So when you're on the airplane, just to, you know, keep them quiet and happy. Also, I like to just get all that energy out. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, so they have a lot of energy. So using those play spaces in the airport and being one of the last to board to make sure that they've had enough time.
Wow, aren't you brave, traveling with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. Thank you for joining us this morning, and hope you have a great holiday and safe travels.